to the Parliamentary Elections Act Cap 177, declare Kasacca Henry Mubiru duly nominated as a candidate to contest for election as Member of Parliament for Kawempe Division North constituency in Kampala City. I have signed as Makabai Henry this 27th day of February 2025.
Egumire gumire DP. Egumire DP. Egumire mu Kawempe. Egumire mu Uganda. Kasacca oye. DP oye. Ra.
I've given you a copy of the nomination form, and I'm also giving you a copy of the guidelines for parliamentary candidates for these campaigns. And the bottom line in these guidelines is observance of the law of this land, especially the electoral laws. And I'm also adding that traffic laws seem to be an aspect that candidates seem to overlook. Remember that the traffic laws are still in force in this country, and you should not disrupt any person's activity. And with respect to disruption, I would like to point out that we are inviting all of you nominated candidates to a meeting tomorrow here at 10 a.m. for us to have harmonized campaign programs. These are meant to avoid clashes during the campaigns and for the smooth running of everybody's activities in the course of this time. And the campaigns will range from the 1st of March to the 11th of March, starting every day. But the most important thing is closing, especially of rallies, at 6 p.m. Because I will tell you, if I say of campaigns, I know you normally do your door-to-door. Those do not pull crowds, so I will not focus on that. I focus on what draws their attention and may disrupt other people. That ends at 6 p.m. Please observe the law, and I think we shall have a peaceful election. Thank you very much.
DP sere, DP sere, DP sere, DP sere, DP sere, DP sere. Hey, yes, come on. Thank you so much. My professor.
And this is an opportunity for the people of Kawempe, the people of the Democratic Party, the people of the opposition, the people of this country. We are at a critical time where we need to reset, where we need to refocus, where we need to repurpose leadership. My candidate here is coming at a very critical time when this country is in a junction on the way forward. We face challenges broadly on governance, and there are so many signs all over the place that our democratic achievements are gradually being eroded. They cannot be eroded, they cannot be stopped, the erosion cannot stop unless we refocus, unless we renew the leadership. So I am coming in this election purposely to contribute to the renewal of leadership. We need to repurpose leadership. People should stop playing around with leadership. We are coming into this election to deal with the issues that affect urban areas. Many people still face so many socio-economic challenges in urban areas, and many of these injustices continue in the urban areas, which makes it extremely difficult for people to enjoy this country. So we are coming to refocus that. We are coming to represent young people. I'm running in Kawempe North, which is basically an urban area. Like many urban areas, we face extreme challenges because of the rural-urban migration. Many people keep moving to the urban areas. So without clear leadership, many people will not be provided for in urban areas. I'm coming into this election to be a voice for health. Like I said, Kawempe is an urban area. Our health system is extremely stretched by so many, by high number of population, both coming into Kampala and population increase. So we want to address this issue. Kawempe has a challenge that most of the health facilities are private, and we are coming to push for a formula that can help young people, that can help people who are hustlers. Majority of the people in Kawempe are hustlers by Yiribi, and these by Yiribi need a voice that will make them be able to pay for their health care. So our people cannot pay for health care because it is run by private facilities. It's very expensive for them, and that's why we have crowds. We have a lot of crowding at public facilities, because people who cannot pay for health care will all go to a government facility. Many of the cases that are referred to Kampala also contribute to the congestion. So I'm moving to push that government should invest in private health facilities. If we can give money to Lubowa Hospital, why can't we give money to Ugandan entrepreneurs who have started hospital to ensure their costs come down and they can reduce the cost of health care so people can access quality health care? Many people cannot go to private health clinics because they don't want to do lab tests. But the machine that does a lab test costs money. And the investor or the doctor who has started that hospital has borrowed money. So if we can create resources from government to ensure that these health facilities are supported by government, it will reduce the cost of private health care and will expand the access of quality health care. We are coming into this election to ensure that we try to speak for the young people. Young people in Kawempe, young people in Kampala, young people in Uganda face a challenge of information. Many of the problems they face, they do not know where to get the right information. So we are moving to establish a one-stop youth center. And we think this will be a model to be replicated by government across the entire country. We should have a youth information center in every district. Many of our young people who go to Arab countries and are exploited go there because they lack information. But we must have a facility that can enable people know what information is available and how they can use that information to make their decisions. We are coming into this election to ensure that there are equal opportunity for everybody. People should not be harassed. People should not be harassed. People should not be suppressed. We need to have a system that caters for the ordinary person. We are having injustice which is affecting many of the lowest income earners. I'll give an example of the border-borders. Border riders, many of them ride without driving permits and they are arrested every day. One of the reasons they don't have a driving permit is that it's very expensive to pay for a driving permit as a border rider. A person who earns 30,000 per day cannot save 470 to pay for a driving permit. So I am pushing that URA should be able to allow a border rider pay a driving permit at 30,000 or 50,000. Then they can begin paying in installments. This is possible because for the well-to-do who import cars worth 200 million in taxes can pay 20 or 60 million, get the car and pay in installments. So if we can have that facility available to those who can pay 200 million in taxes, pay in installments, why don't you have a border person be able to pay for a driving permit that will enable him work legally? Many of them are working illegally. So the law in this country is not providing for these people. I'm coming to defend the border riders because many of them are being exploited. Having worked illegally, their motorcycles are always impounded by the police. And each time a border is impounded, they have to pay 20,000 to a breakdown. So on average, if the police arrests or impounds 300 borders, each paying 200 to 20,000, that is 6 million, which is going to a private breakdown. This breakdown that ferry these cars have not been tendered, they have not been sourced in a collective process that is transparent. So chances are that these people are working and they're making money through the enforcement of traffic rules. There is nobody who should benefit because police has had an operation. If the police can have all these vehicles, I am moving to say that to stop border riders from being exploited, the police has the capacity to buy their own breakdowns. If they can have transport people from Kampala to Arua, from Kampala to where, why can't they have a breakdown that can transport motorcycles from Jinja Road to Central Police Station? Many of the border riders in Kawempe cannot get passengers to Kampala simply because they fear the checkpoints at Kubiri, they fear checkpoints in Wandegea, they fear checkpoints on Jinja Road, so they always ride outside. So even if they get an opportunity of making more money, they fear getting into the city center where the laws are being enforced. Now, this kind of system is exploitive to those young people, is exploitive to the Bayiribi, is exploitive to the low-income earners. We need to have a formula that will provide for everybody to enjoy their city. Bas olwaleero tuvandisiza Henry Kasacca mubiru era njagala okutegeeza banna Kawempe, njagala okutegeeza banna DP mwenna, njagala okutegeeza banna Kampala n'eggwanga lyonna nti olwaleero ku ssaawa 5:30 enkumbi ekomyewo. Enkumbi ekomyewo. Tulina okubbulula ebyobufuzi byaffe. Eggwanga lyaffe liserebye nnyo mu bintu eby'enjawulo, mu byenfuna, mu byenfuga, mu byobulamu, mu byokusoma, mu buli kintu. Naye ekiserebeza ebyobufuzi ensi yaffe eno bwe bukulembeze bwe tuzze tuzannyiramu. Bantu bangi bavudde ku nsonga y'obukulembeze ne balowooza nti obukulembeze bwa kuzannya, obukulembeze bwa katemba, obukulembeze bwa kunyumirwa. Buli we mulowooza nti obukulembeze bwa kunyumirwa temujja kukyusa bulamu bwammwe. Njagala bakakasa bannayuganda ne bannakawempe nti embeera gye mulimu, omukisa gwe tufunye olwaleero gwa njawulo. akalulu ko kasobola okukyusa obulamu bwo singa okkiriza nti akalulu ko olina kakuba ku nsonga. Kano akalulu ke tugendamu si ka kala, si ka red, si ka yellow, si ka green, wabula ke kalulu akagirimu okusoomooza eggwanga lino nti tuddeyo ku musingi omutuufu, tudde eggwanga ku layini, tulongose ensonga z'obukulembeze. Neesimbyewo okulaba nti eggwanga lino libeeramu obwenkanya eri abalina, obwenkanya eri abatalina. Bannaffe abakolera wansi, bannaffe mu Kawempe abasinga bayiribi, abakyala bali mu butale bakolera ku busente obutono nnyo naye nabo tebasobodde kuyambibwa. Ndowooza nti tusobola okuteekawo fund eyamba abantu bano bamufuna mpola. Oli neyewola emitwalo 15 oba neyewola 2 n'atunda ennyaanya ze n'asobola ozizaayo akawungeezi. Kino kisoboka era yemu ku nsonga ezituleese. Twagala okulwanirira baboodabooda abanyigirizibwa embeera gye tukoleramu. Ababoodabooda bangi bavugira bweru w'amateeka. Ekimu ku batalina ye driving permit. Driving permit eriko sente nnyingi nnyo. Owa booda afuna emitwalo 2 olunaku. Okusevinga emitwalo 45 agule driving permit omwaka guggwako. Kakati abasinga obungi basalawo nti waakiri banaamenya amateeka naye nga bafunye kye balya. Ndowooza nti tusobola okuteekawo enkola ng'owa boodabooda asobola okusasula driving permit n'asooka n'asasulayo omusingo gwa mitwalo 5 ne bamuwa permit. N'amalako omwaka nga buli kaseera asasulayo emitwalo 2 omwaka ogenda okuggwako nga permit agimazeeyo. Kino kijja tuyamba nti bannaffe ababoodabooda bajja kulekerawo okuvugibwa ebweru amateeka. Ate ababoodabooda balina okunyigizibwa kwe bayitamu okw'enjawulo nti buli poliisi lwe bakwata be basasulira breakdown gye batwala ku poliisi. Lwaki omuntu wananyini breakdown afuna mu kikwekweto kya poliisi? Ndowooza nti waliwo okunyigirizibwa. Bwe tuba tukwasisa amateeka tugatwale nti poliisi bwe beekoze ekikwekweto kyayo esobola okuba n'emmotoka zaayo ezivuga abasibe ne zibajjawa ne zibatwala eggulu ne zibakomyawo ne zibatwala eno. Lwaki tebagula breakdown eya poliisi? Buli lw'okwata owa booda n'omuggyako emitwalo 2 egyo olunaku, kubanga owa booda bayinza omukwata emirundi 2 oba 3 olunaku kubanga talina permit, ate nga tajja kuva ku luguudo kubanga alina okufuna ekyokulya. So njagala okulwanirira baboodabooda, njagala okulwanirira abakyala, njagala okulwanirira ebyobulamu. Ebyobulamu byaffe biserebye kubanga ebisinga byakwesasulira. Ate abantu abayiribi tebasobola genda mu private clinics. Buli lwogenda mu ddwaliro bagamba nti komawo nga wayiseewo weeks 2, buli lwotunula mu nsawo yo toddayo, ekisibamu nga weegulira eddagala. Ekivuddeko ekyo nti abantu baffe bangi batandise okwewa eddagala olw'okutya ebisale by'amalwaliro. Ngamba nti bwe tuba twagala okulongosa ebyobulamu, gavumenti ekwate ssente eziteeke mu clinics zino ez'abannannyini, ebisale bikke wansi. Omuntu avuga ebooda ng'asobola okugenda mu kiriniki ne bamuggyako 3,000 za kukebera musaayi. Naye omuntu wamugamba nti okukebera omusaayi gumu kitundu, eddagala lyaziti, okulaba omusawo bweziti, bw'abalamu ekivaamu nga yeegulira ddagala. Kati tulowooza nti ensonga zino teziwulirwa, ensonga zino tezoogerwako. Abakulembeze bazze mu babadi, bazze mu bulikya, bazze mu byakubasanyusa, bazze mu byabasesa, ne munyumirwa, ne mulonda, ne mwerabira nti ensi yammwe tejja kukyuka. Nfundikira nga ntegeeza bannakawempe nti nzize mu kalulu kano era nsaba mbannyonnyole, mumpulirize, mumpagire, munnonde ku bubaka bwa Paalamenti. Kubanga bwe munnonda tugenda kusaawo essuula empya mu byobufuzi bya wano. Tuleete abakulembeze abagenda okwogerera abantu, abakulembeze abasoosowaza abantu. Buli Paalamenti kyesalawo gwe ng'omulonzi olina okwerabamu. Buli lw'owulira nti basazeewo, beewadde emmotoka, beewadde zino, gw'oli luddawa mu kino. Kyekivuddeko abantu okwera nti buli mbaka lw'omusanga ng'omugamba mpakuze mwalidde, mpakuze mwewadde. Twetaaga abakulembeze abakola ku nsonga ezigenda okusitula obulamu bw'abantu. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala. Tugenda kuva wano twogereko eri bannaffe Komamboga naye bannakawempe essuula empya etuuse. Njagala obbakakasa nti enkumbi ekomyewo era Kasacca mu mulonde nga 13. Temulowooza nti ozzereeta akalulu temunnakakuba, akalulu ka 13. Temulonda against your interest. Temwekubako njawulo, temweryaza amaanya, akalulu mukabe Kasacca, mukulaakulane, eggwanga ligende mu maaso. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala.
Kululungi kubanga ekibiina ekitegeera Uganda, ekibiina ekitegeera abantu b'owansi ne Simbo mugirabira ddala, buli maka galimu enkumbi. Nonyeze Kawempe wano wonna sirabyewo omuntu alina baasi, ate era n'abalina Simbo endala batono. Okukwata ambrera weetaaga enkumbi nga yalimye emmere n'olya n'ofuna amaanyi. Era weewaawo okubeera n'akasumuluzo oteekwa kutema amatafaali mabulooka n'ofuna ennyumba. Olutalo lwe tuzzeemu lwa kubeera Kawempe kuddamu kufuna omukulembeze. Kawempe yasemba okubeera ne MP nga wa DP aliwo term 2 in terms of real okukiikirira abantu, nsonga z'abantu zoogera nga Democratic Party weeri. Tulowooleza ddala nti twascreeninze candidate ate abadde asomesa ebyobufuzi, era omulaba engeri gy'atanye ensonga. Tugenda kukola kampeyini eno mu mirembe, tugenda kukola kampeyini eno nga tuzzaayo value eri abantu nti tusobola okuyita ku muzindaalo ne tulonda omuntu agenda okukiikira abantu, nga si byagezesa drama, nga si byakugwamu ku luguudo, nga si byakugwako mu mwala, nga si byakusoma dduwa za muceere, wabula okujja mu bantu okufuna omuntu agenda okukulembera abantu ng'akozesa kye tuyita brain power. Abamu balina foot soldier, naye ffe tulina brain soldier, obwongo, kubanga mu parliament mulimu gwakozesa bwongo okwogera. Bana Kawempe tufunye omukisa omulala nti Katonda ate yatuwadde mid-term review, era ndowooza nti DP tulese omuntu asobola okuzzaayo Kawempe ku ntiiko n'okubbulula ensonga zonna. Therefore tusaba akalulu mukateeke ku nkumbi mukawe Henry Kasacca ng'ennaku z'omwezi 13. Abalala bonna basobola okugenda mu birala, naye wano tuleese omuntu nga wakuteesa, nga wakwogeraganya. Woba ogenda mu ddwaliro onoonyeza ddala dokita amanye ky'okola, togenda gula panado. Ensonga ya Kawempe yeetaagira ddala surgeon. Tulowooza nti Kasacca Henry Mubiru ye surgeon asobola okutereeza ensonga ze Kawempe.
Why do you think your candidate?
Our candidate is proven. He's been into democracy work. He's been a facilitator at high level. But you can see on how he deliberates on issues. Parliament is a house of discussion. Parliament is a house of national dialogue. And therefore, Kawempe was last represented effectively when DP last represented it, specifically in the 9th Parliament. God has given Kawempe another chance. It's like a mid-term review for them to have a real leader who will put the issues of Kawempe at the forefront, at the negotiation table where they do appropriation, where they do legislative, and where they represent people. Henry Mubiru Kasacca presents an opportunity for Kawempe to have a real leader, a dependable leader, accountable leader, a leader who will speak for the people of Kawempe. Kawempe is in a situation where you are very ill and in no hospital, you require a real surgeon. In fact, you may require a neurosurgeon to deliberate on the matters of Kawempe. The question of falling down, drama, is it tear gas? Those will have their time. For now, in the remaining 1 year, we require a leader who will catch up with the Honorable Segirinya had left. Remember, he was in prison for 2 years. He fell sick for the other year. And therefore, Kawempe has not had a representative. So you require a person who is focused with issues of governance. Kwa hivyo tunataka kuwakaribisha na kuwashukuru sisi kama chama cha Democratic Party.
I, Makabai Henry, being returning officer for Kampala Electoral District,
this by-election for Kawempe North Member of Parliament, and just to get to know from him, we will be speaking to him shortly after his confirmation or shortly after his whether not among those that have escorted him here, but you can be able to see senior members of his party here. He is a contestant here and yet to present his credentials to the Electoral Commission, which is confirming all the candidates. If duly nominated, he'll be candidate number 7. But for now, this is a by-election for Kawempe North Member of Parliament. And just to get to know from him, we will be speaking to him shortly after his confirmation or shortly after his whether documents for verification of Farid and Nambi are here in the tent, 2 or if not 4 of them, 2 in the unit.
That's what the owns.